guys, time is running out. I look so fucking bad, whatever, I'm just gonna... It's neither. I don't know why I look like that. It's pissing me off. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I'm turning down the music. I feel like it's so loud. Am I allowed to just hide my face? I don't like how this looks. Hi, everybody. Hello, Strawberry. Welcome. Before I like hide my face. Here. So I'm not clickbaiting. Ow. Fuck. How's everybody doing? Hello, Spongy. Sir Stando. Kimski, what's up? Hello. Hi. Okay, so I just got word that the people in Europe are like 3 days into the past. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on there, but all of my prayers go to them. Hello, Zelda boy. Hello, lad, the DH. Your daughter says hi. Well, tell her I said hi. Oh my god, hello, Solar. No, you literally said you're in the past. Wait, I said I'm in the... Wait. Hello, Laundry. Hi, Alex. What the fuck is a Eurovision? Yo, I gotta stop making up words. For real. It's pissing me off. It's Sunday already? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh wait, shit, I'm not allowed to play music like this. Wait, okay, wait, I think this is safe. I mean, the audio didn't get muted in the last VOD, so it should be fine. Thank you, Digiabolical, for the Prime sub. Oh my god, thank you. What? Dude, what is wrong with people in Europe? Like, what's going on? Are you guys, like, okay? Wait, is British still in, like, Europe? Oh, I think that was a whole thing where they, like, moved out. What's in the boxes? Oh, I was making a TikTok. The one I just posted, I had to stack these boxes up, and then see this like thing right here that's a candle. I put my phone in that. What the fuck? To like hold it up. Yeah, right there. So. I don't think I can do anything to fix this. You know what? That works. That's fine. Hello, Kenji. Hello, Shadow. You did not just do that to me. I swear to fucking God. I'm trying to seem like a cool e-boy. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. This is your fucking fault, bro. It's your fucking fault. You know, I was thinking I could totally cosplay like Jeff the Killer. Anticipating the rest. Well, I was thinking, since I'm kind of running out of outfits for that stuff. Well, actually, never mind. I'll keep it as a little surprise. Actually, I was supposed to do it earlier. What is wrong with me? I don't even know. You know what I think would be cool if I had like a voice changer and I could be like, yeah, I'm an e-boy. I think that'd be really awesome. Funny, innit? Ew, don't ever do that again. Oh, British mode? Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry to hear that it lasted so shortly. barn. Since when? Is this
people change like the tides in the ocean? At least I think, or am I dead wrong? Foot on the brake, got the light, I'll notice.
What's your favorite horror movie?
20 hours in an old
That's a good question. I don't know. I liked the one trilogy on Netflix. That one was really good. Hello, Don, John, Akimbo. Geico ad. That did not pop up for me. What's that? I could totally like. Oh, right. I was gonna. Okay. Oh, yeah. Fear Street. That one. That's my favorites of all time. I was gonna build some Legos today, but my next cosplay, instead, oh my god, you guys, I literally got rejected for partner again. Again, dude. Oh my god, thank you for the Prime sub, Afro Black Siren. Thank you. I literally got rejected. Again. Oh my god. I thought for sure I was gonna get it this time. It's because I hate British people. Probably. It's probably a British guy reviewing my VODs being like, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. Yeah, I got a reason. It said I wasn't streaming enough. But I was literally like out of town. It's not fair. Oh, maybe I should have waited till I got back. Thank you, Kimski, for the 1,000 bits. Thank you. No, it's not because of the music. It was just I wasn't streaming enough. Well, they no, they take forever to freaking look at the application. So I was just like, well, by the time I'm back and I'll have streamed some more, they'll probably be reviewing it because they get a lot of like applications and stuff. Whatever, mind your own business. Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, so I was gonna do this Lego set. But then I was like, wait, I should do that another day. Wait, what? Because of this cosplay I'm gonna do, which is gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a really good cosplay, I hope. Although I think it might get some opinions that will be sus. It'll be sus opinions. So that's not gonna be fun, but that's okay. That usually happens. Thank you, Lita, for gifting a sub to Jerkel Poe. Imposter cosplay, yeah. Birthday stream? Tomorrow? Why is everyone saying tomorrow? My birthday's not tomorrow. My birthday's not tomorrow. My birthday's in 1, 2, 3, like 4 days. Thank you, Don John Campbell! Thank you for the 10 gifts and subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fluttershy! I think, Fluttershy, I think you will like my next cosplay. Oh my god, thank you for 5,000 bits! Thank you! Wink. Wink, 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 wink. I don't know how to wink, to be honest. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. My birthday is not tomorrow. What the fuck is happening? Still nervous about the nervous thing? Honestly. I think it went so terribly that I don't even like want to think about it anymore. I don't even want to think about it. Bro, dude, what the fuck? Ah! Wait, I just turned my volume up by accident. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god, thank you, Don John. Be like, Don John Bond. Don John Bond Akimbo. Thank you so much, dude. What the heck? Can I start like meowing? Is that allowed? Wait, no. I'll do a howl. God, there's people nearby. Anyway, we're not gonna ever talk about that again. Oh my god, I've been like going wild in like Valorant wish chats recently. I've just been like meowing and shit for people. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with me, to be honest. Oh my god, did you guys hear that vibrato? Holy shit, that was sick. Oh my god.
I have trouble speaking to women unless they're to the high definition. So my time on social media, this is the state that I'm in.
Don't do that on stream. I already showed my toes on stream, man. I think we're past that, to be honest. Yeah, I was nervous about embracing my inner furry. I was really scared you guys would hate me forever. No, it was like I was playing with my friend and they got a kill, and to be funny, I was like, meow, cuz I never play Sage. Well, okay, sometimes I do, but I was like, I'm just going to become a little kitten right now, so like meow. And now every time my friends do something cool, I'm just gonna start meowing. If I'm Sage, you know. And I've made people bark for me too. It's cool. My proudest moment. You have a finger fetish? Oh. Well, guys, that'll be it for the Lego stream. Sorry. Oh my god. You remember the toe stream? Yeah, well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't remember that. What's wrong with you? No, I will not ARA. That, not for free. Not for free. I was like, when I first heard of that, I was like, well, what's the big deal with that? You know, like, oh, thank you, Mr. Piggy V, for the 1,000 bits. Thank you and welcome. First time chatter. Oh my god. Thank you. What was I saying? I was like, what was I talking about? Well, anyways. Oh, right. Yeah, I was like, oh, what's the big deal? It's just a word. But my friend was like, no, never say that. Never say that for free. And I was just like, okay. I'll keep that in mind. So I think it has something to do with being like a anime lady or something. How do I look more emo? I think that'd be fun. Also, here is a hint for a cosplay I'm going to be doing soon. Actually, I should write that down before I forget. Dude, I have so many guy cosplays to do. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, I just did that. I'm doing that right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 cosplays to do and only like 1, 2, 3, 4. Only like 5 of them are girls. Which is probably not great for business. Octopops, thank you for gifting 2 subs. Wow, thank you. My Chemical Romance. Yeah, I wanted to play some My Chemical Romance songs. But I was like, this is gonna get like taken the fuck down. Oh, the audio is just gonna be removed forever. Is Dave one of them? No. Master Chief? That's like $1 billion. One time when I was trick-or-treating, I wasn't allowed to trick-or-treat as a child. But when I was 13, or no, I was 14, I started trick-or-treating. Like literally the age you stop trick-or-treating, I started. This one guy was, for Halloween, he was Master Chief, and it was really fucking cool. Meow 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 meow. No more candy. Yeah, I was like, I think the first time I cosplayed as Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. And then the next one I was Ghost Deku. Did I go another year? Yeah, I was Ghost Deku. I tried to like crouch since Ghost Deku has like a sheet. I tried to like crouch to seem like smaller because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want people to be like, why are you like doing this? You're like so old. So I was just like, hi, trick or treat. Anyway. Cosplay's perfect for trick or treating. It's cool. It's really cool. Oh my god. Yeah, I always wanted like, when I was younger, I wanted like the childhood where it was like, you know, you live in the suburbs, you go house to house with your neighbors who are your friends and stuff, and like, you know, do that. But I never really got that. You know, like when I watched the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, I was always like jealous that they got to that because it looked like so much fun. But I never had that. But yeah, I guess I'm at the age now where I go to alcoholic Halloween parties, I guess. I've never done that before, but I think that's what I'm supposed to do at this age. So if I'm ever invited to one, I'll be like, I'll get turned, you know. Yeah. Oh god, that was so weird. Why did I do that? I'm gonna get turned. I don't know what that means either. I mean, yeah, I can't ever trick-or-treat again. Okay, never mind. That might be weird to ask if I could like pass as like a small child and go to door and get Halloween candy. I'll just buy it at the store because that sounds kind of weird. Never been to a Halloween party, Sag. It's so Sag. Yeah, well, I'm really tall, so I can't trick or treat. They're gonna be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Just be like, I had my growth spurt early. Give me candy, please." Hello, Punk. Thank you for being a fan. Oh my god. I love TikTok. Not really. Yeah, I'm too tall, man. It's 6'9" at the age of 10. Oh my god. Oh my god, the music just fucking scared the shit out of me. It's super quiet, so I just heard like, oh. Ooh, this is funky. Living out of a hotel. Oh my god, bruh. Is it a nice hotel? Does it have like the ice machines? I don't trust ice machines. They're like germs. Thank you, Fluttershy, for the 3,000 books! Thank you! Oh my god, you are so sweet. Party house. Oh my god, you should get a party boat. Those look like so much fun. Which version is this of the song? It's the DJ Joe Really Pichu remix. Does he have a cat? Oh, cat! Cat! Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, like, I think I kind of always wanted to be like the cool, like, older sibling who, like, answers the door, and I'm just like, here you go. And I'm all like sassy and stuff, and then have like a little sibling who's like, yeah, I'm gonna go trick-or-treating. And I'm just gonna be like, ever. I'm gonna go to my friend's house. We're having a party. You know, I always wanted to have that like vibe, but I never had that. So I am the youngest, so I'm the little rat trying to trick or treat, and then also dragging my older siblings along with me, so it's not like awkward and I don't get kidnapped. So. Go trick or treating with smaller. I don't have any of those. I mean, I do, but not really. No cursing. What the? Okay. Time to get head pats. If anyone tries to head pat me, I'll bite their hand off. Then their blood will go everywhere. And they'll be like, ah! My hand! And they'll be like, my hand now! I'll just buy the candy at the store or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what's best. Also, there was one year this house handed out toothbrushes. Like, who do you think you are, bro? What do you think you're doing? I don't think I ever used the toothbrush. Actually, I used it to clean my bathtub. So, maybe. Yeah. Confused in British, ew. Yeah, British people don't know what a toothbrush is. I just love bullying British people. It's so funny. It's so hilarious to me. You know, every time I go to the dentist, my dentist always says, "You have the most perfect teeth in the world." And I'm like, yeah, I do. It happens every single time. They're always just like, your teeth are really good. Like, they're great. You're like, no problems at all. You're perfect. I'm just like, yeah, of course. You know? So, yeah. Room tour. I was actually thinking of redoing my room. So, I think, because I have a lot of shit. The best plan would be to get a loft bed, okay? And underneath the bed, I'll just keep the cosplay rack. I have, facing my bed is, oh, and these things right here, I think I'll get actual racks for those. Maybe not a rack. These are like links. And I'm gonna put this thing right here. That's a thing with stuff in it. Okay? So I'm gonna put it all under my bed, and I can finally like move around my room. I think it's still gonna be like the same like setup right here. Like, I'm gonna leave my desk here. Because I feel like if I put my desk underneath the bed, somehow the bed will break and my computer will be crushed. Like, all of the monitors will be crushed, and I'm like, oh, I don't want that. So, did you have a loft bed? No, I had a bunk bed. On top of the bunk bed, I would keep all my clothes and stuff. I wouldn't keep them in my drawers, because all my drawers were broken. Like, if you look back in my TikToks of like the turquoise room I was in back then, like when I was first started Musically, yeah, those were all broken and stuff. So. I keep my pride in nothing else.
I'll make it all come true.
Why are these ears not doing it? Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'll have a loft bed, perhaps. Who even needs drawers, though? I need better drawers. Like, my clothes. My dresser is really small. Well, the drawers are really small. So I can't fit any of my clothes in there, so they kind of just like are stacked up. It's really annoying and hard to deal with, but I think once I move everything out of the way, it'll be easier. So, yeah. Empty storage. I think that'd be too much work. That'd be a lot of work. And I'd have to like fucking do a bunch of shit. It's crazy. I couldn't do that. Use your words. What is that? I mean, perhaps. I'm still down to like play a game with chat. I'm just not sure like what would be the safest thing to play. You know, because I don't want like any chance of like some fucking weirdo coming in and like ruining it for everybody. Gambling. What? I can't promote gambling? Oh my god. I can't promote that. You know what I can promote? Drugs. I'm just kidding. But like, not really. Right. Ah! Never mind, I'm sorry. Arctic phone is funnest and most. Yeah, it's like, that's way too risky. I remember I was playing Scribblio or whatever. Scribblio? I don't know. With my Discord, and a bunch of people came in and just like fucking ruined it. It was terrible. So after that I was like, nope, never doing that ever again. That was pretty bad. Yeah. I was just kind of like, whatever. Yeah, you can kick people, but the damage is still like done. Like they still did something that made people uncomfortable. So like, play games with only subs. Well, I think even with subs, there's still the case of like, because I get lots of gifted subs, so I think there's probably a few weirdos out there who've been gifted a sub who are like waiting for their chance or something like that. Yeah, I think about this a lot. I overthink, but yeah, everything is super fucking risky. It's hard. I think I can come up with something at some point, but yeah, because I mean, I've had ideas before and I'm like, oh, this is like foolproof, and then I'm like, wait a second, this could go like terribly wrong or like cause something, and I'd rather not, like, you know. Can't stop me if you try. Coasting on now, baby, it's just me, myself, and I, 'cause I'm on the move. Every step is by design. I mean, yeah, sometimes I do, I do play games on stream with friends. Because a lot of the times, by the time I'm streaming, there's usually only like one friend online, And like, who knows if they'd want to even do that. But Patreon members, you'd be surprised how many people like hate, like sub to me. Like on Patreon, they'll literally like give me a fucking shit ton of money just to shit talk me and like harass me. Cause they know they have like the, cause they know I'll see it through Patreon, so they fucking they literally sub to it just to shit talk me and tell me I'm like horrible and a terrible person. It's happened so many times, and I'm kind of just like, okay, thanks for the money, dude. But yeah, even with like Patreon patrons, it's still like a huge risk, because you'd be surprised how many of them are like fucking trying to get to me. It's weird, dude. Pay to hate. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, thanks for the money, man. Keep it coming, I guess. Oh my god. The tic-tac-toes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. How do I put that? Maybe I could just have that when I'm off for like right now. Oh, cool. Well, it's there if y'all want to fuck with that. I wish I had more games. Fun. It's depraved. Dude, I just like, it's so weird. It's so weird too. But I think people are at the point where they'll do like anything to just get my attention. It's fucking like crazy as hell. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go buy some fucking shampoo or something, thanks. I'll use this. It's so weird. Yeah. I mean, here I am talking about them, so I mean, they're like, yes, it's working. It's like, okay, whatever. So, but I think a lot of content creators deal with that kind of thing, like, very often. You know, no. You know what's funny? It's this. There was this one instance. Maybe this guy's like watching this right now. Where this guy, he was shit talking me and like, blah blah blah. And I looked at like his page, and he had already spent like $800, like on the Patreon, and I'm just like, oh, you did all that just to like tell me that I'm like a horrible person? Okay. Thanks. Sure. I was just like, dude. Oh my god. Like, okay, thank you. Cool. That's so weird, man. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, okay. Ooh, oh my god. This ad is making me hungry. Popcorn chicken, hello? Ooh, you know, I have this really good memory of my childhood where I was eating coconut shrimp and I was watching Gravity Falls. And I was like, oh my god, this is so good. But mom was like, well, yeah, it's really good, but it's really expensive. And then I was just like, this is so delicious. Anyway, Walmart stopped selling them like a fucking while ago, but I just like, that's just a happy memory I have. And it was the episode in Gravity Falls where Dipper was doing the Lammy dance. He was like, well, who wants a lammy, lammy, lammy? I do. I forgot the rest. So go up and greet your Grammy. Thank you, Fluttershy, for 5,000 bits! Thank you so much. Oh, you can't hear me over the ads? I thought, like, there's still, like, a little thing. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, good memory. You know what I should do? Actually, no, that's a bad idea. Actually, no, that's a good idea. Actually, wait, what? I don't know. It takes the whole screen? Okay, well, from my screen, it's different looking. Ooh, I haven't tried it in the air fryer, no, but yeah, I was like, oh, this is so good. But we couldn't get them very often because I think they were like $16 or some shit. I don't know. I just burped a little bit. Anyway, Gravity Falls was like the absolute fucking like best, dude. Oh my god, so good. Oh my god, ew. That reminds me of this one time. I think I was like 13, and I was reading lots of Gravity Falls fanfics, and I stumbled across this one. It was really fucking weird, and it was a Bill Cipher X reader, and I didn't realize until like I started reading it, like the first, what is it, like the prologue or something. It was literally Bill Cipher was the reader's dad, and it was a Bill Cipher X like daughter reader. And I'm just like, wait, what? And it didn't say that in the title, so I was just like, I feel fucking sick. This is sick. Like, what is wrong with you? That's like the weirdest shit ever. I'm sorry, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What? That's fucking disturbing. I'm disturbed. I'm still like recovering from that. What? It was, I don't know. Right, anyway, so, tomorrow, I think I'm gonna work on like a little thingy. I'm gonna try to make some cool little updates to my Twitch, which I think would be fun. Anyway, yeah. Your face is really close to the screen. Wow, thank you, Catherine Obvious. Thank you. More motes? No. Well, actually, maybe. I might see if I can dabble in a little something. Ew, why did I do that? So yeah. Sub badges, perhaps. Perhaps. I'm just gonna like, I don't know, because I mean I feel like this as is just like fine, you know, just like having just like me on the screen is fine, but I noticed that a lot of streamers will have like these really cool like borders, and then they'll have like chat. I don't know if I'd want to have chat right there, because I feel like I'd be very distracted, because I'd have chat right here and then right there and then right there, and I'd be like, oh my god. I don't know, what do you guys think? Remove the glass. No, I like the glass. It's like a ice cream. Anyway, 3 chats. I think my mind would explode. I'd be like, whoa. This layout works. Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I'm still a scuffed. Maybe when I become a partner, I'll stop being scuffed and I'll have like a professional looking thing. Maybe I'll even have like a backdrop. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. For right now, I'm chilling. Oh my god, I want to be a scene boy. This is it, path to scene boy. No, that's... I like tried to curl the wig. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think this is working. Okay.
Another crazy journey, another chance to go and change the past, but I know.
Did you dye your hair? No.
How the story will
It's like 2005.
go, 'cause all these
Yeah.
legends I carry with me,
I think
all these
I like this wig.
that only I see, I'm taken to this place
I like it
between.
when I'm making videos, but right, for some reason on stream it's like really weird looking.
Turn back time, oh, gonna
Like, oh my god, I just, that gave me like a flashback to something. Oh my god. Wait, this is a look. This is a look. This is a look. A Final Fantasy, who? Same wig, ad, what? Off Lulu? I did, well, there was a time when I was like, a certain person suggested I cosplay as Lulu. And I was going to, but then thinking like now, that's like really fucking like weird, because you know, like, if you know who I'm talking about, you know why they were like requesting that. So I feel like I can't ever do Lulu because I'm just gonna think about that. Sounds like you've got a stuff. Yeah, I just sound like that. That's just how I sound. I'm sorry. Music is loud, bruh. Well, I can't hear it. So fucking rude. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. Like, oh, shut the fuck up. I want to be a scene boy. I feel like I'm almost there. No, I mean, it's just like uncomfortable by how do you pronounce that word? Association. If you know what I'm saying. Because it's gonna be like, I'm gonna be thinking about that, and then I'm gonna be like, weird. Yeah, I'm totally like, senior boy. Discord harm font. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my god. I should just turn the music off and just put the mic in my mouth. That can be your music. Since you want to fucking complain so much. Have y'all been winning or not? I don't even know if anybody's playing this. It looks like it. I should add a cooler thing. Oh, we'll keep it here for now. Okay. So, I have a project I need to start working on. Okay? Work on his ears. And then I can commence Lay epic stream. So should get a 3D printer. I would, but I have nowhere to put that. Like, I don't even have room for me to exist in this room. So it's hard. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm so emo. Anyway. This next stream. Well, okay, let's see. So today's 14th. Odds are I'll stream on Monday. Actually, maybe I'll do a stream tomorrow and then stream on my birthday. I'll do get ready with my stream. I'm gonna look really terrible with no makeup. I'm gonna look so crusty, but that's okay. Like, seriously, unironically, Whenever I turn on the webcam and I'm not wearing makeup, I'm just like, what the fuck? Who is this? I don't even know what I should wear. Where am I even going? I don't even know. I don't even think I'm going anywhere. I don't typically like to celebrate my birthday. But maybe this time I will get a nice... I don't know. I'll go somewhere cool. I've always wanted to go to like... Well, I've been to these places before, but like now, go to like one of those jumping parks or something, indoor things for birthday parties, but they're like for kids, so I don't think that's gonna happen. So, triple stream in a row? No, I think one day's gonna be a not stream. The 16th I won't stream, probably. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow, I might. Okay, bye bye, Grey Val, Vale, Val. Goodbye. Thank you for coming. Trampoline would be fun, but I think those are for children. And also, I would like die after like one bounce. I'd just be like, ugh, can't breathe. I'm like that for like, if I walk upstairs, I'm gonna like start hyperventilating or something. Like panting my ass off. So. Sky Zone? I think something like that. Vow for Valentine. Okay. Okay, goodbye. Oh my god, is that August Ooh Woo? Oh my god, so bald and everything. Oh my god. Thank you, Don John Akimbo, for the resub. Tic Tac Dumb. You know what? You're embarrassing me. Stop it right now. Wait, August. Actually, I don't know if he's still here. Never mind. But I was gonna say something. Never mind. Oh wait, okay. I was gonna be like, I was doing like a little like uwu pose, and I like got flashbacks to seeing like those Catboy pictures of you, and I scared myself. I was like terrified. I was like, oh my god. In a good way, like you're awesome. Anyway. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. But I'm not bald, so I can never truly be like August, which is kind of sad. But that's okay. Is terrified in a good? Yeah, it was a good way. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Oh my god. Okay, I think I scared him off. So. Yeah, he's the real handsome egg. He's the real handsome egg. Not me. In a good way, like it's awesome. Okay, whatever, he's gone. It's fine.
Body's aching, my head is hurting, my tummy's turning, my heart is racing, filled with ambition, I feel it burning. I want it back out of when it's just kinda hard to word, it's all I need.
Right, anyways.
Oh, I'm more life for my Drake shit, and I'm getting tired of all the same shit. I wanna see my family, wanna see my friends, I've been slept on like my name says, and I'm pretty far from being famous, but I sure as hell ain't nameless. I just take aim, I ain't aimless, and I let it fly like a spaceship and just see where that goes. You can never be certain.
Handsome egg. I think the handsome egg comment in my TikTok stream all those years ago changed my life for the better. So thank you to that person, whoever that was. Thank you forever. I'm a new person because of it. I'm a better person.
just all I have. Love myself and that's so sweet. I got cavities, always on for batteries. Play my song, they'll laugh at me. Nowadays they sing along, God bless, I got allergy. So sit with it, but can't catch me, couldn't live with it. Stay the same, but I've been different. I'll kill the beat the same, I pen did it. Been feeling indifferent down myself. Hit selling street better than myself. Spend nights just trying to find myself. Yeah.
I've been kind of wanting to stream on TikTok again, but I feel really awkward about it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll post on Instagram before I do that, so I won't like sit there alone. I feel like nobody will join. And I'll just look like a loser or something. I don't know. I'm like scared. You're able to stream? I think so. I think I am now. I don't remember the last time I streamed on TikTok. I think I did it sometime recently, right? Before I was banned. Wait, fuck, I just ruined my glove. Whatever. Late night stream like Boxy. Honestly, I don't... Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, how many of you guys are even awake by the time I like a few hours after I end stream? And I was banned from streaming on TikTok, yeah. Because, they have age restrictions now for who can stream. Yeah, they still let Charlie D'Amelio stream, which, I mean, I get it. She's like the poster child for TikTok, but I was still like, bro, and she was like 16 or something. I think I was 17? I don't know, I think she's like a year younger than me. But yeah, she was like 16, still streaming. I'm like, okay. Favoritism. Let's sleep. I don't sleep. Wait. Okay. Hello, Cloud. I'm not the face of TikTok. I don't think I want to be. Maybe I do. I don't know. I used to be. Those were some days. I was gonna say quite the days, but I guess quite is also a word. Not necessarily meaning like great. Hello, the flying panda bear. No, I wasn't the face for Musically. It was... All that started right as Musically became TikTok. So they were trying to like promote the app more. And I was like chosen as promotion for that, so... Yeah, that was like before all the Musically stuff. Yeah. Okay. Is this a short stream? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a short one. I don't know. I was like, I didn't make any coffee today, so I'm like just sitting here chilling. But I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe just for like a little bit, and then I'll do the birthday stream. Oh, it's so weird. I literally still feel like I'm like 15 or something. I mean, I've always kind of like felt like I was like, I say like a lot. I need to stop that. I remember my brother dared me to stop saying like, and it was so fucking hard. I kept saying it. I almost said it again. I was like, stop! It was as if, that's a word, as if. It was as if I was about to throw up and scream. Anyway. Yeah. You're banning? Oh, you can't do that. I'm gonna fail. Did you get any notifications when you used as an ad? How did you find out? My mutuals and my friends would send me the ads. They would send me the ads and be like, oh fuck, I can't! And they would be as if they would be they would say, OMG, is this you? And I would be, what the heck? No, I remember, because I would have like people and friends sending me Facebook posts and anywhere else they got the ads, like Instagram, and stuff. I can't do it. I can't handle it. And I remember I was video chatting with one of my friends, and I knew I was getting popular. Like the ads were getting popular, so I made the fatal mistake. And I just want to say, if you ever become popular online or famous, do not search your fucking name. That is the worst mistake you could ever make. Especially if you're a very sensitive person. I mean, even if I wasn't sensitive, I think anyone would have this reaction. But yeah, I remember seeing links to 4chan posts, which is red flag right off the bat. And it was so surreal. I said it again. I had to end the call because I started having like this. I said it again. Fuck! I started having a panic attack. So I went off and I like, damn! And I just had a panic attack. I was so scared. Right, so it was like these really creepy posts. Like they were literally analyzing my body parts and saying these really creepy things, saying they want to like fuck me and like armor me and like I can't, whatever. I'm just, fuck it. I'm gonna say like I can't control it. Okay. Anyway, stuff like that. It was just really inappropriate stuff. There was even stuff not on 4chan, like other forums saying they want to like and talking about like, it was just really weird stuff, like what my private parts look like and if I have certain body types or down there. It was really weird. And like just all the bad things you can think of, they all said that. And that was like my first like impression of this. Like that's the first time I saw that stuff, so I was really like, what the fuck? Over time I got used to it, because I mean people never stop saying that stuff, but yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? I was so scared. I was like, every single day I was like shaking and wanting to throw up, and just I would sit in corners and just like cry and be really upset every single day, like thinking these people are gonna hurt me and stuff like that. It was really weird. But yeah, that was my first impression of everything that happened. The first time I searched myself up, that's the first thing I saw. I just read all of that, and it was pretty bad. But yeah, now I'm just like so desensitized. People say the worst of the worst, and I'm just like, okay, like whatever, okay, I don't care. Because it's like, okay, whatever, I'm used to it, I don't care. But yeah, doesn't mean it's like not messed up, it's still like fucked up and everything, but I was just like, fucked up my wig.
3 and 4. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.
Whatever. Did you ever want to take it all back? Of course I had my regrets. As I kept getting more viral, a lot of my videos went viral on different sites. Mostly I think it was on iFunny. And of course Instagram. Actually, pretty much every site you can think of. Even Tinder for some fucking reason. Right. Yeah, I got popular everywhere. A lot of different videos blew up, went viral, got posted, and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, maybe I need to straighten the wig. I don't know. No, I mean, people from Tinder would see my ads and they would talk about me a lot. But I'm sure people made profiles with my pictures on Tinder. I know people make, oh, an ad's playing. Do I keep talking? I guess I'll just wait. I don't know. There's so many ads. Anyway. Right, back to it. Oh my god, those ads are so long. It's like when YouTube started showing 2 ads right before the start of a video that you couldn't skip. I was just like, what the fuck? It's just like every couple months YouTube just gets more and more unbearable to just watch, you know? Yeah. Anyway. What was I saying? Right, yeah. So I've gone viral many times, which I guess is kind of like a flex. But yeah, I don't think it's happened in a, well, no, it happened with Gregory. Someone wants me to cosplay Gregory again, and I was like, you know what, fuck yeah, I'll do it again, I don't care. It's a pretty cute costume. But yeah. Why are people mad about Gregory? Because they thought I looked stupid. I don't know. Yeah, people wanted to like murder me and stuff. It reminded me, it like sent me flashbacks to when my Roxy ad was starting to appear, and I would read through the comments and people would be like, I just want to like, they would talk about different ways they wanted to kill me and like hurt me. It was really weird. Over an ad, they were like very serious and like making threats and stuff. That was just like 30% of the comments. A lot of them were like sexualizing me, wanting to like do bad things. Really weird. But yeah, it's so fucking weird. Like what? But yeah, I mean, this time, with Gregory, it wasn't adults really getting mad, it was mostly like children. But they were still like death threats and everything, which was weird. But yeah, even now, I'm still getting duets on my Gregory videos saying they want to like eat me or something. It was really weird. Yeah. You ever had someone stalk you IRL? Yeah, it's happened before. Really fucking weird shit. I can't really talk about it, but yeah, super creepy. Jeans are down, Ash. You have no idea. So down bad. It's fucking crazy.
You think he'd realize, but he's infatuated with ideas of possessions and far-flung social policy. His daddy works on the council.
It is okay because I am a wolf boy. So that's awesome. That's everything is okay because I am wolf boy.
Listen carefully with his press to the you haven't gone far to fall. Now it's red, now it's dead, now
Anyway.
it's everything she needs. Now it's fall. Open doors, pillars pressed underneath. Now it's a sappy sucker to ensure happy ending.
Yeah, people are weird. But again, I am very desensitized. So, it's whatever. I'm so excited for one of the costumes I'm gonna do soon. It's gonna be something I've done before, but nobody's ever really seen. I think that should that's a big hit. Because I've talked about it. Yet. Never posted it. I'm a freak. I'm a weirdo. I think it's creep. Freak works though. Give another hint. That's the biggest hint I've ever given. just think back. Oh my god, is that egg yolked? Arr! We are wolf boys today. For reals. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Is it Bill Cipher? It's not. It's not. You gotta think way like sooner than that. That was like. Right, I'm always a wolf boy. I'm always that's a good question actually. Yes, thank you. Wendy. Who's Wendy? Huh? I did DDLC. I don't. No. I think Monica was the last time I was gonna do one of those, unless the trend comes back, which would be nice because I had that whole Burger King versus what was it? Domino's? I don't think it was Domino's, was it? Yeah, whatever. That whole thing. That was hilarious. That was so funny. And nobody ever gave a shit. I was like, ugh. It's so depressing. That's another hint to something else, by the way, if you guys. So. Boy or girl? Boy. That's another huge hint. You are welcome. Remember, it's not something I have shown before, just something that I've talked about. How is it making you more confused? I'm literally giving you the answer right now. Hello. Thank you for the Prime sub creativity. Hello, how are you today? Thank you. Oh my god, you guys. Think about what I was talking about earlier too. Well, I tried. The fursuit. When have I ever oh, whatever. Yes, I'm gonna cosplay as Radiohead. Yes, exactly. You got it right, man. Oh my god. I'm not talking about the ears. Forget the ears, okay? Think. You know what? Maybe it's better you guys don't guess. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. That was not as cool as I was expecting. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys, stop. You're killing me, for real. Please. This is humiliating to just read. I'm just reading this and I'm like, oh my god, secondhand embarrassment. Trickster. I posted Trickster John! What aren't you understanding? Oh my god! Okay, here are all of the hints. Reset, that's it. After that, I'm never talking about it again. Okay. not these. Okay? And it involves Halloween and something I have never posted before, yet I have talked about before. Okay. Well, I don't know why I was expecting better of you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for thinking you guys just... There. I'm never saying anything. Ever. Again. No, I said too much. I said too much. Said too much. XO, Gossip Girl. Oh my god. Spongy, are you still guessing? Thank you, Don John Bon Akimbo. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Is this for finally telling you guys? Thank you. Give more hints. I would. Hello? Okay, no, just new topic. New topic. Sir Stand-Up, don't say it! let them be confused. Well, yeah, but they didn't see it. They didn't understand it. It's fine. Sir Stand-Up's lying right now. Don't listen to him, guys. He's a liar. He's lying. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know how I got these scars. Love it. Say he's wrong. Well, he is wrong. He's lying to you guys. Hungry. Actually, you know what? Maybe tonight. I think tonight I'm gonna work on the Twitch stuff. Remember when I first read that? Yeah, I was so scared. I was so terrified after I read that, even though it's like the cheesiest shit I've ever read. I was so terrified, okay? At my old house, the blinds I had, they had holes in them. And they were slightly like open. And there's like a street light across the road. And I thought, every time I'd like open my eyes and see it, I thought it was Jeff the Killer's eyes staring right at me through the window. I was so terrified, okay? I like could not handle it. I was so scared. Like genuinely, I think that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And you know, that's depressing to think about because like now on the internet, there's not like stuff like that anymore. Like people aren't that gullible, I guess. There will never be another Jeff the Killer, like Slenderman type of thing happening ever again, which is depressing. What was the story again? I should read it for you guys. I should read it for you guys. Actually, nobody knows the real, is it here? The real image. Nobody has seen the real image behind the Jeff the Killer thing, except for the original guy who like made it and stuff, but Yeah, it's been like a whole thing. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen. You should look up Green-Eyed Jeff, the killer. It had me like shaken, even though I just saw it for the first time like recently. I was like, oh my fucking god. Okay. Are you guys ready? Wait, I should turn off the music. Wait, I should play creepy music. Actually, let me... My tummy is rumbling. Here we go. I can't really hear it. Can you guys hear that? Okay. Barely? Okay, I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up loud since it's like quiet music. Is that better? Okay, I'm just gonna turn it up all the way. Okay, we're gonna be creepy now, okay? Here, wait. There we go. Unsettling. Okay, fine, I'll just... Ah! There. Okay, that's better. Okay? Ready? Here, this... I don't like this angle of my face. Okay, is this okay? Yes? Turn it up more? You motherfucker. Are you lying? I'll just... Okay. It's already fucking loud. Okay? Oh yeah, the tic-tac-toe. Right. Wait, where did it go? Oh. I locked it. I don't know what that means. Okay. Ready? Wait, is this correct? Where's the actual story, you bitch? Okay, here we go. Oh, how do I do like a reporter voice? Okay. Okay. Anonymous unknown. Yeah, that's so funny. Anonymous unknown killer still at large. Oh my god. After weeks. I can't. Oh my god, shut up, you guys. After weeks of unexplained murders, the anonymous unknown killer still at the rise. Still on the rise. Fuck! After little evidence had been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. How's that? Why does it look like I'm giving it? I'm going ham. Oh, shut the fuck up! Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Dude, it got louder. I swear to god, it got louder. Okay. Is that better? God, you guys are so just high maintenance. Okay. God, it's loud for me. I'm just gonna... Okay. I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my... Who talks like that, simply? I crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone's watching me. There's no... I should rewrite this, honestly. I don't know how to talk like Alex Jones. Voice actor. Oh my god. Sorry, back to it. I'm gonna stop laughing now. This is serious. This is spooky. Okay, be scared. Be scared. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair in my body stand up. The figure stood there watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak. Thank you, Novastus, for the Prime Gaming sub. Snoop. He said, "Go to sleep." And I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. I can't read through the hair. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. That man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. Oh my god, I can't read. It's so hard to see. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window. Was what? I can't. Hold on. I'm having a little stroke. Okay. I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of the house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Ooh, did you guys know I can beatbox? Yeah, I learned that yesterday. Anyway. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be the best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother... How do you say his name? Is it Lou? I would always say Liu. But I think it's Lou. I don't like the name Lou, sorry. Let me know what you think before I continue, okay? I would say Liu. Liu just sounds better than Lou. Like, what? Okay, fine. I'll just say Liu, okay? Because I think that's cuter. Anyway. Oh my god. Liu? I know it's Lou, but I think Liu is better, okay? Like, how does L-I-U transfer into Lou? Or is it Louis? I don't think it's Louis. I'll just say Liu, because that's how I've always said it in my head. Jeff and his brother, Liu, couldn't complain though. A new, better house, what was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of the neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, these are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons Jeff and Liu." I love it. They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you hadn't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid." No one talks like that, but okay. "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now, we're going to that party, and that's final." Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mother said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. Oh my god, they say feeling so much, it's pissing me off. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. As he and Liu... It's pronounced Lao? What? Okay. Okay. They walked down to the bus stop. I can't say words. Bus stop. They sat down there waiting for the bus. Hi, And then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. This kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale. How do you pronounce that? Aeropostale? Okay. Shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well, it looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. One was skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there's Keith! Oh my god! It's Keith! It's me! What the fuck? I'm sorry. How did they know? Anyway. Jeff and Liu looked over at the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. And he's Troy. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tough vlog! What the fuck? That's so mean. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there's a small price to pay for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Leo stood up, ready to punch the lights out of this kid's eyes. And when one of his friends pulled a knife on him, I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must have to do this the hard way. But it seems to me like you shop at Walmart. Fuck, there's an ad. Oh my god. Walmart enjoyers. Wait.
Walmart version of Damon? Aw. I wish I could tell you what they sold at Walmart.
It's not over yet. God damn.
Walmart version of every. If you shop at Walmart,
Come shopping with
what? Bonus. Version of Justin Bieber. Aww. Walmart version of Justin Bieber. Aww. I wish you could tell you.
Oh, the ads are over, okay. I was trying to find that one video. I was gonna make a TikTok to it. Okay. Right, back to it. Are we ready? Okay. The kid walked up to Liu and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Leo gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, "Ah!" And Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy on the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach, and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Leo could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Yeah. I can speak words. Jeff, how'd you... was all he could say. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Leo made it to school, they didn't dare tell anyone what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Leo just thought of that as his brother... What? Leo just thought of that as... Hold on. Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up. Leo just thought that. Hello. Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. Okay, I literally was just, I couldn't understand. But Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. I'm like, I can't understand. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help but feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was. He said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock at the front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. "Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, that they were stabbed." "Stabbed, son!" Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Leo." "Son," said one of the cops, "we found 3 kids. 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach. We have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Leo had been attacked. But there was no proof. It was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing, because truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Leo. You can't read. Shut up. Son, call down your brother. I love it. It's so funny. Jeff couldn't do it since it was he who beat up all the kids. "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up those kids. Leo tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both nod. "Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie." "Wait!" says Leo. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Leo. "It was me. I beat up those punks. I have the marks to prove it." He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he was the one in a struggle. "Son, just put the knife down," said the officer. Leo held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He held both his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Leo, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. Poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, taking me away. "Leo, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Liu. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Liu inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it? I love it. Oh my god. Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Liu when it was his fault. He just wants to sleep, trying to get rid of the whole thing off his mind. Whatever. 2 days went by with no word from Liu at JDC. I can read, guys. I can read. Don't worry. It wasn't arrested. No friends to hang out with? Nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff was awoken by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let the light flood into his room. Oh, right. Light. Let there be light. Okay. What? What's today? Asked Jeff as he stirs awake. Why, it's Billy's party! He was now fully awake. Fully awake. I'm turning this off. Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after... There was a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up past days. Now get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get herself ready. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up, his mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. What? Advertisements? Better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hit it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that, they both said. His mother looked at her watch. No time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out of the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. God, I cannot see. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said. No, kid. I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids. At first, he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Liu. So he played with the kids for a while, until he heard a noise. A weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence with it. How the fuck is that possible? How do you jump over a fence with your skateboard? I don't think that's a possible thing, okay? He had 0 trip. Anyway. Okay. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. You have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you got my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose. Jeff grabbed him by the ears and head butted him. Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled the knife on Jeff and stabbed it in his shoulder. Ugh! Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall on the ground. Ugh. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of his collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me! He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff, look at me! Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot there for a whole year? You should be ashamed! Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally, you stand and fight. Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he starts to get that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt in a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. Then, that's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch. Blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. I love how nobody is intervening. All of the adults there just don't give a fuck. That's so funny. Reminds me of middle school. I'm sorry. Yeah, where are the parents, dude? Jeff wins. Flawless victory. Oh my god. Okay. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they easily break their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him. Each shot missing. Jeff runs to the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind him. As they let out their final round of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs a towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. Oh no, not my boy Keith. He's more agile than Troy though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. What's so funny? Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny? He said. Is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol? Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach burned his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech. Oh, as he caught on fire. Ah! He tried to roll out on the fire. What? but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now man on fire, dropped to the ground nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. Why are these kids armed like that? That's a good question. One that I do not know. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a weird cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up. Then he realized there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff just sat there with no vision, no idea what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer, though. His face was covered, and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Liu go." This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. "He'll be out by tomorrow. Then you two will be together again." It's crazy. It's crazy. Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family members were all there to see what he looked like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on edge of their seats. Oh my god, I cannot speak, bro. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover's face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Liu and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What about the dead kid? Yeah, but that was a story like after everything. So it's like how he kills people and then his origin, you know. What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of the bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned to a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had sort of a leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back to the mirror. "Jeff," said Liu. It's not that bad." "Not that bad?" said Jeff. It's perfect." His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay?" Okay? I've never felt more happy." Look at me. His face goes... This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. Oh my god. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. "Doctor," said Jeff's mom, "is my son all right? You know, in his head?" Advertisements. "Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken a large amount of painkillers. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test." "Oh, thank you, doctor." Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. "Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go." Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still formed into a crazy smile. I can't say that. Are you kidding me? Okay, mommy. His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get clothes. "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of their life. Oh no. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if somebody was crying. Ooh. She walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. Jeff, what are you doing? Asked his mother. Jeff looked over at his mother. I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. I can't. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Dang this. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, do they do that? Do hospitals, like, fix people's clothes? Yeah. No, like, actually. Okay. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes! His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelids so I could see myself forever. My new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son. Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from sleep. Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. Mommy, you lied. That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with a knife, getting them both. His brother Lee woke up startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else. He just shut his eyes and tried to get back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that somebody was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh. Just go to sleep. I think that's it. Okay, yeah, that's all. That's the end. Oh wait, I can look here now. Wow, that was so fun. I just like, I couldn't. Why would he say "mommy," dude? That was weird. That was weirding me out. I couldn't say it with a straight face. We're scared of your laugh. I can do better than that. Written by a child. Yeah. I love creepypasta too. It's the best thing in the world. I should rewrite it. I feel like I could rewrite it, to be honest. Prove it? Oh, I'll fucking prove it. I'll make it way better. I feel like other people have already, like, written it better, though. But I wouldn't mind trying. What other oldie creepypastas have you read? The Tiki Toby original story. Eilish Jack. I think I read the Cove one. Why are my lips so chapped? The Cove one? Rewrite it on stream. I mean, maybe next stream. 'Cause I cannot see in this wig. Maybe when I'm wearing something that doesn't block my vision. Can we do the Tiki Toby? Yeah, we can. I mean, do y'all want me to read the Tiki Toby one? 'Cause that one's pretty good. It's actually like, I definitely prefer his story over Jeff's, to be honest. But even then, I feel like his story could also be rewritten better. And also, apparently, the guy who wrote it is not a great person, so yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Ben Drowned? I think I read Ben Drowned's too. Please do. Okay. Let me find... Okay. Let estimated reading time. I cannot speak. Okay, here. I'll go back to darkness. Oh, I read the Russian sleep experiment one. It creeped me the fuck out when I was a kid. Okay. The long road home seemed to go on and on. Good start, already stuttering. The road continued to stretch in front of the vehicle endlessly. The light that shone through the branches of the tall green trees danced across the window in random patterns, every once in a while obnoxiously shining in your eyes. The surroundings were full of deep green trees forming a forest around the road. The only sound was the sound of the car's engine as it traveled down the path. It was peaceful and left a serene feeling. Although the ride seemed like a nice one, it lacked every form of nice from its 2 passengers. The middle-aged woman behind the steering wheel had neat, short brown hair. That fit her complexion quite well. She wore a green V-neck t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans. Diamond stud earrings decorated each of her ears, which partially showed from behind her haircut. She had deep green eyes, which her skirt brought out. Her shirt, not her skirt. Okay. The lighting seemed to... Fuck. Wait, you guys can't hear me when there's ads playing, right? Shit. I'm gonna make a TikTok.
So as many of you guys know, in the Monster High universe, iPhones are known as iCoffins. Getting your hands on one of the iCoffin toys made in the early 2000s is very, very hard. Consider...
Okay. Back to it. So, you can't hear me when the ads are playing? Can you not even see me or something? Okay, well. This is gonna fall down again. It's fine. Whatever. The lighting seemed to make them more noticeable. There wasn't anything significant about her appearance. She looked like any other average mother you would see on TV shows and the like. However, the one thing about her that made her different than the average mother was the dark bag she had under her eyes. Her facial expression was gloomy and sad, although she genuinely looked like someone who smiled a lot. Advertisements. She would sniffle every once in a while, and occasionally glance in the rearview mirror to look at her son in the back seat, who was hunched over partially, with his arms held tight around his chest, and his head pressed against the cold window. The boy lacked any normal appearance, and anyone could plainly see that there was something wrong with him. His messy brown hair went every which way, and the luminescent lighting brought out his pale, almost gray skin. His eyes were dark, unlike his mother's, and he wore a white t-shirt and scrub pants that had been provided for him by the hospital. The clothes he had worn before were shredded and bloodstained. They weren't wearable anymore. The right side of his face bared a few cuts, along with a split eyebrow. His right arm was bandaged all the way up to his shoulder, which had been shredded when the right side hit the shattered glass. I go to a small window with no audio. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm just muted. That's kind of rude, but... His injuries appeared to be painful, when in reality he couldn't feel anything. This was just one of the glories of being him. One of the challenges he had to face while growing up was growing up with a rare disease that caused him to be completely numb towards pain. Never before had he felt himself get hurt. He could have lost his arm and felt nothing. Oh my god, I can't read it. Okay. The other major disorder he had faced, which was the one that deemed him many insulting nicknames in a short time he attended grade school before he switched to homeschooling. Twins! Was his Tourette's syndrome, which caused him to tick and twitch in ways he couldn't control. He would crack his neck uncontrollably and twitch every once in a while. The kids would tease him and call him Ticky Toby, and they mocked him with exaggerated twitching and laughing. It got so bad he had to turn to homeschooling. It was too hard for him to be in a common learning environment with seemingly every kid poking, or more like stabbing, fun at him. Toby stared blankly out of the window, his face empty of any emotion. And every few minutes, his shoulder, arm, or foot would twitch. Every bump that the car tires hit would make his stomach turn. Toby Rogers was the boy's name. And the last time Toby remembered riding in a car was when it crashed. That's all he thought about, unconsciously replaying everything he had remembered before he blacked out over and over again. Toby had been the lucky one. His sister had not been so lucky. When the thought of his sister came, he couldn't help the tears that welled in his eyes. The horrible memories replayed in his mind, her screaming that had cut off. When the front of his car was smashed in, it all went blank for a moment before Toby opened his eyes to see his sister's body, her forehead pierced with glass shards, her hips and legs crushed under the force of the steering wheel, and her torso pushed in from the too late inflated airbag. That was the last thing he had seen of his dear older sister. Pain, poor Lyra. I love her. She's my wife, actually. Did you know that? Maybe I should just go bald. Maybe I should just be bald right now. I think that would help me. Advertisements. The road home continued on for what seemed like forever. It took so long to get home because his mom wanted to avoid the side of the crash when the surroundings gave way to a familiar neighborhood. They were both more than ready to get out of the car and step back into their own home. It was an older neighborhood with quaint little houses all next to each other. The car drove in front of the blue house with white window panes. They both quickly noticed the old vehicle that was parked in front of the house. And the familiar figure that stood in the driveway. Toby felt automatic anger and frustration take over him at the sight of his father who wasn't there. His mother pulled the car into the driveway beside him before turning off the engine and preparing to step out and face her husband. "Why is he here?" Toby said quietly as he looked back at his mother, who reached to open the car door. "He's your father, Toby. He's here because he wants to see you." His mother responded in a monotone voice, trying to sound less shaky. Yet couldn't drive up to the hospital to see Lyra before she died. Toby narrowed his eyes out of the window. "He was drunk that night, honey. He couldn't drive." "Yeah, when is he not?" Toby pushed the door open before his mother and stumbled out into the driveway where he met his father's gaze before looking down at his feet with a stern expression. His mother stepped out behind him and met her husband's eyes before walking around the car. His father opened up his arms, expecting a hug from his wife, but she walked past him and put her arm around Toby's shoulder and started leading him inside. "Connie," her husband began in a raspy voice. "What, no welcome home hug, huh?" She ignored her husband's obnoxious words and walked past him with her son under her arm. "Hey, he's 16. He can walk by himself." New Jersey accent. Music is getting loud. Doesn't sound loud to me. Think you just need to get over it. There, I'll turn it down. Well, I am lost. Okay, there we go. Can't see anything. Love it. His father began to follow them He's 17? Connie glared back at him before opening the door to the house and stepping inside. "Toby, why don't you get in your room and rest, okay? I'll come get you when dinner is ready." "No, I'm 16. I can walk by myself," Toby said sarcastically and glared back at his father before stumbling up the small staircase and turning into his room where he slammed the door violently. His little room didn't have much in it, just a small bed, a dresser, and a window, and his walls had a few picture frames of his family, back when they were a family, before his father became an alcoholic and acted violently towards the rest of the family. Toby remembered when he was arguing with his mom, and he grabbed her by the hair and shoved her into the floor, and when Lyra had tried to break it up, he had pushed her and hit her back on the counter, on the corner of the kitchen counter. Toby could never forgive him for what he did to his mother and sister. Never. Toby didn't care how much his father beat him down. He couldn't feel it anyway. What he did care about was how he intentionally hurt the only two people he cared about. And when he was waiting in the hospital where his sister took her last breaths, he was the only one who didn't rush there. The only one who didn't rush there was his dad. What a shame. What a shame. The poor groom's bride is a whore. Toby stood by the window and looked out at the street. He could have sworn he saw something out of the corner of his eye, but quickly blamed it on the meds he was on. When dinner time had come and his mother had called up to him, Toby came down the stairs and hesitantly sat down at the table across from his father. In between his mother and an empty chair, it was quiet as his parents picked out their food, but Toby refused to eat. Instead, he just watched his dad with a blank stare. His mother caught on to his staring and elbowed him slightly. Toby looked over at her slightly, then looked down at his uneaten food, which he still didn't touch. Toby laid in... That's misspelled. It's not even my fault this time. It's bed. They misspelled bed, okay? Fuck. Toby laid in bed. He pulled his covers over his head and stared at the window. He was tired, but there was no way he could fall asleep. He couldn't. There was just too much to think about. He'd been debating on whether or not to follow his mother's directions and forgive his father, or continue holding a grudge with his boiling hatred. He heard his door creak open, and his mother padded into the room and sat down on the bed next to him. She reached over and rubbed his back, which had been turned to her. I know it's hard, Toby. Trust me, I understand. But I promise you, it will get better, she said softly. When is he going to leave? Toby said with an innocent tone in his shaky voice. Connie let her gaze fall down to her feet. I don't know, honey. He's staying as far as I know, she replied. Toby didn't respond. He just continued to look forward at the wall, holding his damaged arm near his chest. After a few minutes of silence, his mother sighed before she leaned in to kiss his cheek and stood up to walk out of the room. Good night, she said as she closed the door. The hours passed slowly, and Toby couldn't quit tossing and turning. Every time he let his imagination take over, he heard the screeching of the tires, the screaming of his sister, and he would uncontrollably jerk in bed. He threw off his cover, and laying on his back, he pulled his pillow over his face and cried into it. Could he hear his own pitiful weeping? He would have been screaming, crying if he didn't press a pillow over his face. Some of this is misspelled as fuck. That is okay. I don't think this is the original story. I think this is like rewritten by somebody else, to be honest. What? American McGee's Alice. Eldad, for real. Yeah, Toby's story is just fucking sad. It's not like Jeff's or anybody else's, to be honest. It's just like realistic and sad. So, yeah. I feel off the edge. Download some mods so on Minecraft I can flex. After a few seconds, he threw the pillow off his face and sat up, hunched over, holding his head and breathing roughly, tears streaming down his eyes. He couldn't help but cry. He tried to keep it in, but he couldn't stop the whining and whimpering as he sat there shaking. He inhaled before he stood up and walked around his bed and to the window and peered out. Taking deep breaths, trying to calm down, he rubbed his eyes and looked out at the group of tall pine trees across the street. He stopped suddenly, and his gaze slowly centered on something standing under the streetlight. He heard ringing in his ears and couldn't look away. The figure stood beside the streetlight, about 2 feet shorter than it did, long arms draped at its sides. As it stared up at him with non-existing eyes, the figure had no facial features to speak of. No eyes, no mouth, no nose, yet it held Toby's hypnotized stare, seemingly peering into his very being. The ringing in his ears grew louder and louder each second he stared before suddenly it all went black. The next morning, Toby woke in his bed. He felt different. He wasn't tired at all. When he consciously woke up, it felt like he had been lying there awake for hours. He had no thoughts flowing through his mind. He sat up slowly and stumbled over to the wall. But when he stood, he automatically felt dizzy. He stumbled to the doorway and walked down the stairs. His parents were sitting at the table. His father was tuned into the small TV that sat on the countertop. And his mother was reading the newspaper. She quickly looked over when she felt Toby's presence looming behind her. Well, good morning, sleepyhead. You've been sleeping forever. She greeted him with a hesitant smile. Toby looked over at the clock and noticed it was 12:30 p.m. I made you breakfast, but it got cold. I was going to wake you, but I felt like you needed sleep. Her expression fell from happy to worried as her son resisted responding to her. Scary. The misspelling of bed. Dude. My lips are so chapped, I cannot. Hello, Great Valoo. Okay. Are you alright? Toby stumbled over and sat by his father. He felt as if he was on idle and had no control over his actions. He was seeing everything he did. But it! Lip balm. Yeah, I'm wearing it, bruh. Oh my god. But it didn't register in his brain properly. He reached out to his father's arm, but his hand ended up getting slapped. His father turned to him abruptly and pushed his chair over with his foot. Yeah, this is misspelled. I'm blaming that for my struggling to read. Don't touch me, boy, he yelled. I'm sorry. His mother stood up. All right, now that off. All right, now that off. All right, knock that off. That is the last thing we need. The days went by and things continued on as they were. Connie spent most of her time cleaning the house and her rude husband spent most of his time ordering her around. It was just like how it used to be before the crash. Toby never really left his room. He would sit by his bed and tremble. His mind would wander, but his thoughts changed too fast to be remembered. He would pace around a small room like a caged animal or stare out of the window. The unhealthy cycle continued. Connie continued to be pushed around by her husband being way too submissive to him, and Toby remained in his room. Before he could think twice, he would begin to chew on his hands, tearing the flesh off of his fingers. He would gnaw his hands until they bled. When his mother walked in on him when he was doing so, she reacted horribly. She rushed him downstairs and grabbed the first aid kit, wrapping his hands in bandages. Afterwards, she demanded that he would never leave her side again. Toby isolated himself so much that he grew to hate being around others. His memory grew glitchy as well. He'd start missing memories of minutes, hours, days, and so on. He would begin talking nonsense about things completely unrelated to conversations he would have. He'd go off about seeing things, sharks in the sink, as he watched his dishes, hearing crickets in his pillows and seeing ghosts outside of his bedroom window. His mother grew so anxious about his mental health that she decided it would be good for him to talk to a professional about what he was feeling. Oh my lord, I'm struggling. I should just go bald. Connie walked Toby into the building, holding his hand and guiding him in. She walked him to the front desk and began talking to the lady who sat behind it. Mrs. Rogers? The lady asked. Yes, that's me. Connie nodded. We're here to see Dr. Oliver. I'm here with Toby Rogers. Yes, right this way. The lady stood and led them down a long hallway. Toby looked at the framed artwork down the halls and tuned into the sound of the lady's high heels on the hardwood floor. She opened the door to a room with a table and 2 chairs. If we can get him to sit here for a few minutes, I'll get the doctor. She smiled and held the door open. Toby stumbled into the room and sat down at the table. He looked over at his mother and the lady before the door slowly shut behind them. He looked around the room before he held up his tightly bandaged hands and began to bite at the bandages to unwrap his hands. But he was interrupted as the door swung open and a young lady in black and spotted dress with light blonde hair stepped in, holding a clipboard and a pen. Toby? She asked with a smile. Toby looked up at her and nodded. Nice to meet you, Toby. My name's Dr. Oliver. She put her hand out for him to shake, but hesitantly pulled away when she noticed his bandaged hands. Oh, she smiled nervously. That's so fucking rude. The music just... What happened to the music? What the fuck happened to the... Okay. I think this is fine. Okay. She smiled nervously before clearing her throat and sitting in the chair across the table from him. Oh my god. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Try to answer them as honestly as possible, okay? She placed her clipboard down on the table. Toby nodded slowly and held his restrained hands in his lap. How old are you, Toby? Advertisements. 17, he responded quietly. She wrote that down on the paper that was clipped to the clipboard. And what is your full name? Toby Aaron Rogers. When is your birthday? April 28th. Who is your immediate family? Toby paused for a moment before answering her question. My mom, my dad, and... He stopped. My sister? I heard about your sister, dear. I'm really sorry. Her expression faded into a sad, pity-filled look. Toby nodded. Do you remember anything from the crash, Toby? Toby looked away from her. His mind went blank for a moment. He looked down at his lap, and in the surrounding area, he heard a faint ringing sound. His eyes widened, and he froze in place. Toby? The counselor asked. Toby, are you listening? Toby felt a shiver go down his spine until he froze once again and slowly looked over at the little window across the door where he saw it. A dark, featureless figure peering in at him. He stared. His eyes widened, the ringing growing louder and louder until suddenly the loud voice of the counselor broke his trance. Toby! She yelled. Toby jumped and fell sideways out of the chair, backed up into the corner. Dr. Oliver stood up, holding her clipboard to her chest, a surprised look in her eyes. Toby met her eyes again, his breath hitching as he twitched. That night, Toby lay in bed. His eyes were dazed as he stared straight up at the ceiling. He could feel himself begin to doze off when he heard the scattering of footsteps down his hallway. He sat up and looked towards the doorway. His door wide open. There was no light. Everything was lit by a luminescent blue glow of the moon through the window, leaving a cold lighting. He stood up and slowly made his way towards the doorway, when suddenly the door, which was previously wide open, slammed in his face. He gasped and fell back. He was out of breath when he hit the ground and began breathing heavily. His eyes wide open, he waited for a few seconds before getting back on his feet. He reached out and grasped the cold door handle with his bandaged hand and creaked open. Ugh. Oh my god, there's something in my lens. Bro, I'm struggling. Silent Hill soundtrack? Is that on Spotify? That does not sound creepy. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. He was out of breath when he hit the ground and began breathing heavily, his eyes wide open. He waited for a few seconds before getting back on his feet. He reached out and grasped the cold door handle with his bandaged hand, and it creaked open. He looked out into the dark hallway and tiptoed out of his room. The window at the end of the hallway lit up the darkness with blue moonlight as he padded his way down. Did I already? Okay. He could hear footsteps rustling around him and faint giggling, followed by the pitter-patter of small feet, which sounded like a child had run in front of him, giggling and running around. The hallway was a lot longer than he remembered. It seemed endless, like the ride home from the hospital. He heard the door creak in front of him. "Mom?" he called in a shaky voice. Suddenly, a door slammed behind him, and he jumped and turned around. Behind him, he heard a long, eerie groan that sounded like a croak right in his ear. He turned around as fast as he could and was suddenly face to face with none other than his dead sister. Her eyes were clouded white, her skin pale, and the right side of her jaw dangling there by tissue and muscle, glass protruding from her forehead, black blood leaking down her face. Her blonde hair pulled into a ponytail as it always was. She was wearing her gray t-shirt and athlete shorts, which were dirty and spotted with blood. Her legs were bent in ways they shouldn't be. She stood emitting a long, croaking noise only an inch away from Toby's face. Toby yelped and fell back. Ah! He started to crawl backwards from her, but he was unable to break the eye contact with her blank, dead eyes. He dragged himself backward until he backed into something. He stopped for a second. Everything was dead silent, except for his heavy breathing and crying. He looked up to meet the blank face of a tall, dark figure, the same figure that stood over him now. Behind the tall, dark mass were rows of children looking to range from 3 to 10 years old. Their eyes completely black and dark blood leaked from their eye sockets. He screamed and stood up as fast as he could, only to be tripped by dark black tendrils that wrapped around his ankle. He fell straight on his stomach and got the wind knocked out of him. He tried to scream, but he couldn't make a sound. He wheezed out before it all went black. Toby woke with a start. He screamed out and sat up as fast as he could, completely short of breath. He wheezed out and held his chest with his bandaged hands. It was just a dream. Just a dream. He lay back down on his bed and rolled over on the side. It felt like it felt like against weight. It felt like against weight. Felt like a heavy weight had been lifted. I'm just gonna say that, but lifted off his chest as he took in deep breaths. He stood up and padded over to his window. He saw nothing. Nobody was out there. No ghosts. No figures. Nothing. He heard the rustling and coughing of his father outside the doorway. His door was closed. Advertisements. The fuck? Yeah, that was Slender Man. The music doesn't. God, what the fuck? This is y'all's fault. Y'all suggested this. This one's good. This one's good. Okay. He walked over and opened it, looking out into the hallway once again. He padded down the hallway and into the kitchen, where he found his dad standing and having a smoke in their living room. See, that's another thing. They say that Toby's bedroom is upstairs, but he just walked out of the hallway and into the kitchen, which does not make any sense, in my opinion. Thank you. Okay. Toby waited for a second and watched him from around the corner before a burning feeling started deep in his chest. Deep boiling anger overtook him. He heard the little imaginary voices in his head. Do it, do it, do it, they chanted. He turned away and held his arms. He felt like he actually had control over himself, like he did for the past few weeks since he had got home from the hospital. He actually had complete thoughts for just moments before the chanting of the little voices in his head clouded them. Kill him. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Kill him. Kill him! They continued on. Toby trembled. No, he wasn't going to do it. But was he going crazy? No, he wouldn't kill anybody. He can't. He hated his father, but there was no way he was going to kill him. That was it. The last thought he had before he fell into an idle state once again. The influence of the voices in his head was too much. He began to silently walk up behind his father. He reached over the counter to the knife in the case. He gripped it in his hand. He felt the sensation take over his chest. He let out a snicker. Anyway. He began laughing so hard he had to gasp for breath. His father turned around abruptly before he felt a brute force shove him into the floor. He grunted as the air was knocked out of him. What? He looked up at the boy who stood over him, grasping the kitchen knife in his hand. Toby, what are you doing? That sounded so bad. Toby, what are you doing? He went to sit up and put his arms out in front of him in self-defense, but before he knew it, Toby was on top of him. He went to grab his neck, but his father reached out and blocked his hand by grabbing onto his wrist. Stop! Get off of me, you little fucker! He yelled, and with his other hand, he threw an off-center punch towards Toby's shoulder, but he didn't stop. The look in Toby's eyes was not sane. It looked as if a demon had taken control of him. He yelled back and went to stab the knife into his father's chest, but his father blocked him and grabbed his wrist once again. He went to shove him back, but Toby kicked his feet out in front of him and landed a hard blow straight into his father's face. His father recoiled and pulled his arms away to cover his face, but Toby got back up and drove the knife straight into his shoulder. His father let out a loud cry and went to pull the knife out. Before he could, Toby threw his fist straight into his face. Ouch! That fucking hurts, bro. It's a creepy laugh to join the sorry. Toby went gamer mode. Oh my god. Leave this poor boy alone. Ugh. He began to pound his fist into his head, laughing and wheezing. He cracked his neck and grabbed the knife and ripped it out of his father's shoulder. He drove it deep into his dad's chest and repeatedly stabbed into his torso, blood spilling out and getting splattered everywhere. He didn't stop until his father's body went still. He threw the knife over his side and leaned over his face, coughing and panting. He stared at his father's smashed in face and sat there twitching until a loud scream broke the silence. Ah! He looked over to see his mother standing a few feet away, covering her mouth, tears streaming down her face. Toby! Why did you do that? She cried. Why? She screamed. Toby stood up and began to back away from his father's bloody corpse. He began to back out of the kitchen. He looked down at his blood-soaked bandages on his hands and looked up at his mother one last time before he turned and ran out of the house. He ran into the garage and slammed his hand against the control panel on the wall and pushed the button to open the garage door. But before he ran out, he noticed his father's hatchets, which had been hanging on the tool rack above a table full of jars, filled to the brim with old rusted nails and screws. One of the hatchets was new. It had a bright orange handle and a shiny blade, and the other was old with a wooden handle and an old dull blade. He grabbed both and looked down at the table, and he saw a box of matches, and under the table was a red gasoline tank. He held both of the hatchets in one hand and grabbed him and God fucking damn it. Okay. There you go. I'm back. Is there anything like creepy? I swear to God. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the... How do I go back to the other one? Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. Cool. Almost over. Lavender Town. I think, would that get me striked or whatever? He held both of the hatchets in one hand and grabbed him matches. Grabbed 2 matches? Grabbed the matches? I don't know. And gasoline before running out of the garage, down the driveway, and up the street. As he approached the streetlight, he could see out of his own bedroom window. Oh, yeah. As he approached the streetlight that he could see out of his own bedroom window, he heard police sirens in the distance. He turned around and the red and blue flashing lights came rushing down the street. Thank you, Macomnic, for gifting a sub to Landon S. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Toby stood for a second before he pulled open the cap from the gasoline tank and ran down the street, spilling gasoline all over the street after him. He turned and ran into the trees. He poured the last bit of gasoline out before he reached into his pocket and pulled out a match. He struck it against the box and immediately dropped it. In an instant, flames burst around him. The fire caught onto the trees and bushes around him, and before he knew it, he was surrounded by fire. The silhouettes of the police cars were visible through the flames as he backed away into the forest around him. He looked around, but his vision was blurred. His heart was pounding, and he closed his eyes for a moment. This was it. This was the end. Toby felt a hand on his shoulder. He opened his eyes and looked over to see a large white hand with long bony fingers resting on his shoulder. He followed the arm that was attached to the hand up to a dark, towering figure. It appeared to be wearing a black suit, and his face was completely blank. It towered over Toby's small frame as it looked down on him. Tendrils reached out from its back. Before Toby knew it, his vision blurred and he heard the sound of ringing in his ears. Everything went black. That was it. That was the end. That was how Toby Rogers died. A few weeks later, Connie sat in her sister's kitchen. Her sister, Lori, sat next to her drinking a cup of coffee. Ooh, coffee sounds good. Blech. About 3 weeks ago, Connie had lost her husband and her son. Then a few weeks before, she had lost her daughter to a car crash. Since then, she had moved in with her sister. The police were keeping her busy. They had just finished cleaning up the case, and the story had been released 2 weeks ago. The focus of the world seemed to have shifted onto a completely new story. Blah. Lori switched the TV onto a news broadcast. On the TV, the news reporters began introducing the headline. Okay, I need my news reporter voice. Hello? Wait. Hi. No. Hello. No. I am news. Okay. We have breaking news. Last night, there have been reported the murder of 4 individuals. There are no suspects yet, but the victims were a group of middle school kids who had been out in the woods late last night. The kids had been bludgeoned and stabbed to death. The investigators have discovered a weapon at the crime scene. It appears to be an old, dull blade hatchet, as you can see here. The picture had changed to a show of snapshots of the weapon exactly as it was left at the crime scene. Investigators have pulled the name of a possible suspect, Toby Rogers, a 17-year-old boy who had stabbed his father to death a few weeks ago and tried to cover up his escape by setting a fire in the streets and forest area around the neighborhood. Although they believe the young boy had died in the fire, investigators suspect Rogers might still be alive, and due to the fact that his body was never found. The end. That's it. Let's go! I'm news! Woo! Okay. Interesting. Wait, I just found something. Okay. What? Yeah. Arson. See, that wasn't a bad news reporter impression. Right? He died to Slenderman? No. So what happens was that, well, I think he did, like, he was going to die, but Slenderman, like, took him, I guess. I think he did, like, die, but, The story was honestly, yeah, it's really well written, but I think the person who like, I don't think the original guy who wrote it had this many typos, but I think somebody else like published it onto here. There's like a lot of typos in this, and it's kind of like hard to read it. Does he have powers? Okay, so when a person becomes Slenderman's proxy, they do, and proxies are different from creepypastas. So when they become a proxy, they kind of like, they're kind of like superhuman. Like they're faster, more agile, stronger, etc. than the average human. And I think, can they die? No, I think they can die, but it's harder to kill them. It kind of depends on who you ask, because a lot of people in the creepypasta fandom have different opinions on it. Some people think that proxies just can never die until Slenderman is finished with them, like immortal and stuff. Some, in my opinion, I think they don't age. They're like superhuman. They don't age until like, you know, they like die, and I think they can be killed, but it's like hard to kill them. So yeah. So Toby does not have any superpowers. He just is good with hatchets. So yeah, he cannot feel pain, but that is not a power. It's so complex, dude. You have no idea. Like, the creepypasta fandom is serious, very serious. When I was like 13, 14, I was very severely dedicated to it. So yeah, I know everything. Doesn't feel pain is basically a power. Well, for his type of work now, being a proxy, that is a power. But yeah. Okay. Sorry, I have Twitter open. Okay. Yeah. This one's pretty good compared to freaking Jeff the Killer. Okay. So way to finally kill was it himself. So I think when he was going into those idle states, that was kind of like, okay, so if you know anything about marble hornets, it goes like when Tim or Brian were being controlled by Slenderman, they would like, or when they were being affected by him, they would have nosebleeds and they'd black out and they wouldn't remember anything. Okay, so since they're not like marble hornets and creepypasta are not the same thing, but people tie them together like a lot. Okay, so I think in that idle states, like in those idle states he was in, that was Slenderman like influencing him a lot, you know. Yeah, marble hornets and creepypasta are like huge together. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for marble hornets, it was like Mask and Hoodie were like, after they were done with their like missions or whatever, they wouldn't remember anything. And in like most like stories people write, like fan stories, it's like they know what they do and they feel it and they see it and they're like, they know that what they're doing is what they're doing, right? So it's not like they black out and then wake up and they're like, what the fuck did I just do? It's not like that in most fan stories. So yeah, but I guess canon to marble hornets, that's what they do. They just black out, have nosebleeds, have ringing in their ears, see Slenderman, stuff like that. So yeah, I think before Hoodie died, he was like already like a full-fledged proxy, whereas Masky was like having these blackouts and having to take medication to like try to fight it all, and he had been experiencing it like since he was like a kid, you know. So yeah. I know too much lore. Oh my god. why do they call it that? Yeah, they do stuff for Slenderman. Like, do his dirty work, or kill people, or like try to turn other people into proxies, stuff like that. In fan stories, it's usually just like they kill certain people. Like, I think some people like to think Slenderman does things for good reasons. Like, he like kills people for good reasons. Like, he gets rid of like bad guys and like stuff, people who do wrong and stuff. But he's very like, he's not, I don't know. But yeah, but a lot of people is just like, oh, he just kills people. But for most fan stories, the proxies will guard the woods, like the forest, like kind of like Slenderman does. You see him in like a forest, right? Now, I wouldn't say Slenderman's a good person. It depends on who you ask, and like, because people, when it comes to creepypasta, there's no like set lore. Anything could be changed. Anyone could have anything like different about them, and it's like completely fine. It's not like a TV series or like a full-on story where like, you know, Slenderman and his proxies like kill a bunch of people, blah blah blah. It's not like that. Okay, so it can be like anything you want. Anything you want can be canon. So some people want to think Slenderman's a good person, but yeah, I think the main thing people do is if trespassers go into his forest that he like haunts, I guess, then he'll send the proxies to kill them. Stuff like that, you know? Yeah. He protects not per se. Yeah, and I think, well, even though I love the fandom, I think like the stories are great. It's important when it comes to stuff like that, especially something so like, it's like brutal. Like stuff like that's brutal to read. And if you like know about the incident that happened like years ago, with the Slenderman stabbings, it's very important to realize that this stuff is not real. None of these characters are real. Like, God, just people aren't real. Please don't let it like scare you or anything like that. It's so bad what happened. Yeah, basically these two girls led on this other girl at like a sleepover and brought her to the woods and like tried to kill her, to like sacrifice her for Slenderman, and so that they could live in the Slenderman mansion and be proxies and stuff. Something like that. Might want to research it on your own, but yeah, she didn't die. She's alive, and I think she's I don't know, she's probably still recovering from that. It was fucking traumatic. But a biker, like a motorcycle guy, like someone on a bike, I don't know, somebody found her and saved her, so she's alive thanks to that dude. But yeah, they tried to sacrifice her because they thought Slenderman was a real person. And after that, I remember like the internet just like freaking the fuck out, or maybe a specific part of the internet, I don't remember, and saying like we have to like boycott Slenderman and creepypasta and all this stuff because this is not okay to like do and like look at anymore. And I was like pissed. Like I mean, okay, I was like a kid back then, okay, but I literally like took a bunch of printer paper, and there's a symbol for like creepypasta. It's like a circle with like 2 like slashes. I literally would draw that all around the house, and I would put up pictures all around my house and be like, I stand with creepypasta. Like I'm not like, I wasn't supporting the girls who did what they did, but I was saying like creepypasta shouldn't be like taken off the internet because some fucking like dumbasses did all that. But yeah. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I remember when that happened, I was like freaking the fuck out. That was like the weirdest shit like ever. I can't believe somebody actually did that. That poor girl. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, all that stuff, it's like, I think Tiki Toby's the only creepypasta that has an actual like tie to Slenderman. I think I don't really remember much about Alice Shack or Ben Drowned, but oh my god. See, like, okay, creepypastas and proxies are very different. Okay, so creepypastas, you could say like Ben Drowned, who's like an internet virus, or Eyeless Jack, who's like a monster now. He was sacrificed, okay? Stuff like that. And like Jeff the Killer too, they don't have anything to do with Slenderman. They're creepypastas. They're called creepypastas. But with Marble Hornets and even the Tiki Toby story, they talk about how Slenderman influenced them and like show that and stuff like that. So those are the only two that are connected. That's why they are proxies. Yeah, all three of them are humans, okay? Like they're not like, they don't have special abilities. They don't like look all crazy. Stuff like that. So yeah. I just know so much. I'm so knowledgeable. Does Eyeless Jack have powers? So when Eyeless Jack gets sacrificed to that god or whatever, Chernobog. I actually researched a lot about Chernobog. I could be getting it wrong. It's very interesting how far it like dates back to. Anyway, yeah. Eyeless Jack, I think he has super strength. He's taller, he's bigger. I mean, I guess you could say that having no eyes yet being able to see is like a superpower. He also has like amazing sense of smell. Does Jane the Killer have any cool lore? I don't remember the Jane the Killer story. I think I read it like when I was like 11, but I think she was just like attacked by Jeff and horribly scarred from it. And so she became, I don't remember. I'd have to read it at some point and come back to that. But yeah, she doesn't have any powers either. She just looks epic. But she's also a confirmed, well, I don't know if it's confirmed, but she's gay, which is amazing. I love that. But what pisses me off is that a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people ship Jeff and Jane, even though canonically they hate each other, and Jeff tried to kill her. So yeah, which is really annoying. I just hate when people like write her as like some jealous like crazy bitch who's like in love with Jeff and wants to like be with him. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He tried to like ruin her life. Anyway, yeah. I feel strongly about everything. So yeah. I know too much. So yeah, I mean, but I do, my favorite ship in the entire fucking world has to be Jane the Killer and Clockwork. Okay, I did not like Clockwork's story very much. It's very like typical like stuff. But oh my god, the ship is so cute. I do like Clockwork as a character, she's cool. But oh my god, Jane and Clockwork, that's so cute. I just want to cry. It's like the cutest thing ever in the world. I have to cosplay Clockwork again. Ugh. So, yeah. It's just like weird to think how the internet will never truly be the same as it was years ago. Not even just with creepypasta fandom, but yeah, oh my god. It's crazy. Who would win in a fight between Tiki Toby and Eyeless Jack? Eyeless Jack, 100%. I think Toby is good. I think he's strong, but Eyeless Jack is literally inhuman. He's literally like a demon. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think, which once again, proxy versus creepypasta. Creepypastas are most likely gonna win. Same with like Laughing Jack, but we do not talk about Laughing Jack because the creator of Laughing Jack is a fucking disgusting human being, okay? Oh my god. And then same with like, now that I'm thinking about it, like Sally and Laughing Jane also, or like, I think it's Jason the Toy Maker, stuff like that. It's creepypastas. So you can tell the difference because, well, creepypastas are like completely inhuman and like terrifying looking, and proxies are just like humans. Like they could literally like walk outside and just be like, nobody would think twice or anything. Although, with how Toby is, he's got like scars on his face, so people would be like, what's that? But, you know. Is Clockwork the character in the picture on your TikTok? It is. Yes, I loved it so much. I love that picture. I was like, oh my god, this is like so cool. I was so happy, and oh my god, I love creepypasta edits of me, but there have been none recently. It makes me want to cry. So yeah, but my clockwork, she gets used a lot in like edits, and it makes me very happy. My throat hurts so bad. Anyway, picture's really good. Thank you. It's so good. Oh, God. Yeah, that was a. Yeah, that was a time. Can we read? Maybe next stream. I'll read Eyeless Jack. But yeah, my throat is like killing me, and I think I'm probably gonna end the stream soon. Ugh. So yeah. Would you say your top Patreon tier is worth it? Well, a lot of people think it's not, but well, people don't understand what the tier is about, really. I mean, the tier is like that wasn't a good sell. The tier is like, it's what it says. It's pinup, okay? So it's like risque poses, risque stuff. It's not gonna be like my fucking vagina out, which people get upset when they expect that. But the thing is, it's like when you're asking me or like somebody else, like if me like something about my body's worth it, that's really fucking like weird and like kind of demeaning. Cause it's like, that's my body, bro. You're saying like I can't explain it, but I know my worth. So to me, it is completely worth it. But of course, you have to read the fine lines. It's not gonna be my titties like bouncing around, okay? So yeah, putting that out there. Yeah. So I mean, your room is dark and spooky. I know, right? It's so dark. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. I just remember the good old days of me, like, I would sit on my bed near the window, I would play Pokemon on my 3DS, and I remember one day, it was like autumn, I was eating a shrimp po' boy from Popeyes, and my parents weren't home, so it was like really quiet in the house, and it was dark and spooky, and it was like Halloween vibes, and I was like, oh my god, like this is so scary. I feel like Jeff the Killer is gonna like eat me or something. So yeah, that's a good memory of mine. Oh yeah. Ooh, you know what would be good? A pinup calendar. I think that'd be fun. Except I don't have a high quality camera, but that would be really fucking cool. I should consider that. Well, the thing is about me reading, I literally stumble so hard, like, especially recently. I have had no control over my words, like, talking to other people. I mean, besides the reading, I'm talking fine on stream most of the time. But yeah, I just cannot bring myself to pronounce words. I'm like a stuttering mess recently. It's terrible. And it's embarrassing, and I'm feeling like, ugh. Like, God, why can't I speak correctly? But yeah. Good memory being... No, it was like... Because I just love Halloween. I love Halloween and autumn so much. It's like the best vibes ever. Oh god, now I'm depressed because I'm thinking about that one time and I was like, ah. Yeah. Thank you for the... Oh my god. Thank you for the 5 months, Emerald Samp. Thank you. Happy early birthday. Oh my god. I'm so old now. I'm like an old lady. Halloween is the best. Literally. Do you believe in ghosts and paranormal? Yeah, I do. It's definitely real. I mean, I think it's fine if people don't believe in that stuff, but you cannot deny that shit has happened that is unexplainable. But y'all are allowed to have your opinions, that's just mine. So yeah. There's a lunar eclipse tomorrow? Oh! I was baited! I was baited! No one heard that. Anyway. Like, do y'all still decorate for the holidays? Well, I know my family does not particularly. Dude, Halloween and Thanksgiving, literally the best. Literally the best. I like Christmas, but I associate Christmas of like awkward times. I've been like was with my relatives, and like I don't dislike my relatives or anything, but it was always like so just anxiety inducing having to like see them on Christmas and like open gifts in front of them, and it's like weird. But you know, yeah. But oh, Halloween and Thanksgiving. Ooh, Thanksgiving's so fun. The thing I was nervous about, I'd rather not talk about it because it did not go well, like at all. Like literally not at all. It was like terrible. But anyway, it's fine. No regrets. Should cosplay. I have cosplayed Eilish Jack. If you want to see it, you can check my Instagram or go through the playlist on my TikTok profile and scroll through creepypasta, and you will find it. I don't react well and I feel ungrateful. Yeah, it's just awkward because it's like, especially when it's relatives and not just your family, it's like they're all staring at you or like, you know, expecting you to have this big reaction, and I'm like, oh my god, it's too much pressure. And I'm just like, thank you. So yeah. Yes, I did Eilish Jack. I liked it, but I feel like I could have done better. The mask was just like, I'm just gonna make the mask myself because that one was so huge. It looked really like, it looks like I was literally a toddler. With like, you know how toddlers have like ginormous heads and like tiny little bodies? I looked like that, and I was just like, dude. Do you get bothered? It doesn't like, it's kind of itchy, yeah. And I can like see mostly through it, but it's like hard to like read things. Hydrate, thank you. Yeah, she very mad. Actually, that's Jasper. He's mad. He angry. I just love the creepy music. The atmosphere is just wonderful right now. Maybe he hungry? No, he was just fed. You can tell from the chirp. So Jasper and Stormy have different voices, actually. So like Jasper, his voice is really raspy and like deep. And his chirps are very shrill, as you can tell. And Stormy, she has a shrill yell, but usually she makes like very cute, like squishy toy noises, you know, like stuff like that. Oh god, is there an ad or something? I don't see an ad for me, so I'm just gonna keep talking. So maybe not. I'll just look at TikTok. Hello? Ad's over? Okay. Cool. Anyway, yeah. I'm like the lore master for like creepypasta. That's hilarious. Rise actually. Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I literally, all of the TikToks I made, I had my eyes closed the entire time. So like, I would just have to like wing it kind of. So I was just like, you know, doing all that. Cause I put dark eyeshadow all over the lid. So, and I had to film in dark lighting or else it wouldn't like seem realistic. So, yeah. Oh my god. Should make a creepypasta. Well, I actually was going to creepypasta-ify my OC. Like the one in my profile picture, for Twitch. But, yeah. And the thing is, I was gonna do it of me and all my friends, but I have disowned a person in the picture, so I never finished it. But yeah, I was gonna look really creepy and cool. Anyway. Slenderman, your favorite killer? No. My favorite would be probably Toby, I think. Or I do like Eilish Jack a lot. I think he's cool. Do you have all the plushies suspended? I do. I do. I really just wanna like. You know what? I think I am gonna get a loft bed. Because I would like space to draw. I would like to make plushies of like creepypasta characters. I think that'd be fun. Because I've made plushies before, it can't be too hard. Hairless Jack is actually freaky. Yeah, it didn't do well on TikTok though. I don't think anyone really liked it, or TikTok just hit it. But yeah. Tobey Maguire. But yeah. Oh my god, dude. I'm so like tired. Maybe I should find more happy, upbeat music. Here's League of Legends. You know what? Fuck it. I'll get striked. I don't care. Why do I look like that? What the hell? I was gonna. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeet. I'm so tired. Okay. Let's see. I think. Okay. Let's raid Miss Julie Boo. If you don't know who Julie Boo is, she's literally the cutest in the freaking world, and she's a teamfight tactics god. She literally got like masters or something. I don't know the rank system, but that's like the coolest. So, yes, and she's a cute cosplayer. She's so cute. Oh my god. I like cry every time I see her because I'm just like, oh my god, this is the prettiest person in the whole freaking world. Let's see. Hopefully she's not about to end stream. I feel like this has happened before. Okay. Handsome egg. Oh my god, bruh. I gotta pee real bad. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me and listening to me stutter 2 stories, and thank you for the birthday gifts too. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Thank you guys. Have a good night.